What is good, Minnesota high school football fans? I'm here with another interview. I got two of the Chanhassen players that you'll be seeing this coming Friday playing Elk River at 2. How are you guys doing, and can you introduce yourselves?
I'm good. I'm Nathan Ramler. Number 12. I play quarterback, and I'm a junior.
I'm Jensen. I'm number 3. I'm a wide receiver, and I'm a senior.
All right, so you guys are 8-3 so far. You've won your last 5. This upcoming game against Elk River, that's kind of where I want to start. Little interesting, I was just doing some research, and you guys played Elk River at the start of the season. Kind of just looked how it goes. The first quarter was pretty competitive. You guys are actually up by 1, and then kind of Elk River happened, and they took over the game. I'm just interested here from both of you guys on kind of, can you draw anything from that game and apply it to this game? And what kind of was the difference in the first game?
I kind of remember it was a lot of our first games, but it was pretty close. We got to the red zone a couple times, had a couple turnovers, and their offense just kind of took over in the second half right away. I think they might have scored every single time, and we just couldn't punch it in a couple times. Kind of my takeaway.
Yeah, to bounce off that, I think it was really early in the season. We had a lot of new faces, new coaches, and we were just kind of settling in there. I think we had a lot of nerves, and I think we've cleared a lot of those up, and we won't make any of the stupid mistakes of us shooting ourselves in the foot.
Interesting. I was in a part of my research just watching this, or just looking at this year's team from last year's team. Last year, you guys won the state championship, and you kind of had this identity behind your running back, and now he's gone, and you kind of turned to more a passing team. At least from the outside perspective, that's how I see it. Is that kind of how it is?
Yeah, we still have we still have a really good run game, but that's just kind of what we've kind of morphed into this season, and relied on both. And in a couple games, I know a couple games we've had 150 plus rushing yards and a couple different running backs, but we can kind of do it all this year, which is awesome.
Yeah, I feel like we're a lot more balanced and can throw a lot of different things at teams, and they just don't know what to expect compared to last year, where everyone kind of knew where the ball was going every play.
Is it hard this season following up on such a good season from last year in the winning state? Do you feel any weight on your shoulders, at least going through the regular season and playoffs, that you kind of got to live up to that?
I think, like I said earlier, we had a lot of nerves at the start of the season, but we did get rid of those mistakes. I think a lot of the coaches and the players, especially in the offense, have settled in a lot more. Last game, for example, we had 5 different players score touchdown, and we had 38 total points. So we spread the ball out a lot more, and I think, there's just a lot of different looks that we've given the teams.
Wasn't it pouring last game for you, or at least it was wet conditions for you guys?
No, it wasn't too bad. It started raining a little bit in the second half, but yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And another trend that I've picked up on is your scores by quarter. If you look, your first half scores, you're doing really good, and then your second half, you're almost scoring half as much as you are in the first half. Is there any diagnosis that you guys have had? Were you guys even aware of that, or just kind of talk about that?
Not really, honestly. I just remember a couple games where, we had a blowout earlier in the season where we scored like 56 points in the first half, and then obviously you're not going to do that in the second half. But
right.
I guess it is kind of true. We this week for sure we just got to keep scoring in the second half as well. If we, get it done in the first half, we got to put 4 good quarters together.
I know you guys are more on the offensive end, but just you guys are a part of the team. You're probably hear what the defense is getting preached to as well, facing this Elk River offense that averages 450 yards or however many ridiculous it is rushing yards per game. and you guys have played them once, that probably gives you some sort of advantage playing them again just because you've already seen them this season. But what do you think the message is to the defense that your coaching staff is trying to portray?
I think it helps that we've played them once, but I mean I don't really know a ton, but I've heard a lot about like eye discipline and trying to just do your job and take away your guy. But obviously they got athletes too. Like you can't just expect them to rush for less than 100 yards, right? So they're gonna get their yards somehow, and just got to make big stops when you need to.
As an offense, playing an offense like this, the first time you played Elk River, you find yourself down, and I don't know if you put more pressure on yourself. That's technically, I mean, it tends to be, I've been on offenses where you get down and you put a lot of pressure on yourself to come back, and you really start pushing as the quarterback. You maybe throw a ball that you normally wouldn't throw just because you kind of have to. Is it important to kind of make this thing close throughout the game? That way anything can happen?
Yeah, I think just trying to stick to your role, really just sticking to the game plan. Our coach's great game plan. We know what we can do. We know what we're made of, and you just gotta keep plugging away and doing our job.
Yeah, both of you talk about the coaching staff. Colin Nelson is your head coach, correct?
Yep.
He obviously had the incredible season last year. 38-10 record is what I just saw in my research. Just talk about having a coach like him coaching you guys.
I think the coaches really treat us like we're a family. Like I've never been a part of a program where the coaches have cared so much about the kids and cared so much about the game. Every day I come to practice and I just feel like they do everything they possibly can, just put every ounce of themselves into scout cards and drawing up plays and just doing whatever they can to set us up for success.
Yeah, and I feel like to add on to that, they understand that it's not just about how you play or what you or the product. It's all about the process too. So that's what I've learned a ton from them.
Yeah. One of my last questions, just talk about the community that's rallying behind you. We saw them last year show up. Obviously, when you're making it to state like that, it's going to be crazy. But just talk about them for a little bit.
Couldn't do it without them, man. I mean, the fundraising they've done, the noise that they make at the games, everything that they contribute just makes us that much better. The student section being loud and just doing whatever they can to make an effect on the game.
Yeah. All right. I will close you with this, and it's going to be open-ended. Chanhassen will repeat as 5A state champions if
if we keep practicing well and showing up for the games and doing everything we can to play together and believe in ourselves.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. I can't wait to watch you guys play. Should be a good game. Again, everybody, Friday, 2:00 at the bank. You can watch it on TV or be there, but it will be a good one, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for taking the time out tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.